sure everybody check into our there you go, the chairman.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up, big fella?
Hey, you my brother. I ain't too good with this technology, man. You see, I'm trying to get it together, man. You know.
Don't worry about it. You ain't got to. You ain't got to be good with technology. You good with everything else.
So you're right. So you're
So
right.
so we give you a pass.
This
Huh?
yes, sir. This our colors. It don't mess nothing up. Do it. The black, the panther blue. They don't mess nothing up. Do it.
I don't
Or
know. We
shall I
can't
go?
see you. Hey, we can't see your face. They
I
might
got you.
want to. Hey, you know they done heard so much about you. They might want to see what you look like.
Okay, all good. Then we go. That's what it is. Then that's what it is.
How you feeling?
I'm good, my brother. Man, good to hear your voice, man. Yes, sir.
Man, man, you know, anytime we bump heads, it's always a pleasure. You
Always,
want, hey, you
always.
want, you want. I like bumping heads with.
Hey, the sentiments are reciprocal, man. Right back at you, right back. Yes, sir. Real talk.
Yeah. So I know you've been out there monitoring them protests and helping our young people stay in order and the whole 9 yards. How's that been?
Hey, it's been intense. It's been trying. Things are moving a million miles a minute. You know, I said we assessed before, like even this climate. We said with the climate of the coronavirus is like, you know, it's this system on steroids, and then to add to that, just the type of conversation, type of struggles that's happening right now, it's terrible, but it's fine, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, a lot of discussion we having, a lot of issues they've been happening, even though it's been dormant in certain arenas, man. And this our genre, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, the conditions in our community. We've been told, even with the past administration, use terms like post-racial society, so on and so forth, and we keep it like an old Southern secret. Don't talk about it. But right now, man, the political pus is out the soul. I mean, the emperor has no clothes, you know, so it's out.
Man, you've been fighting this fight for a long time, man.
Yeah,
It's sorry that the brother had to be executed live on TV, you know, before they would hear the cries of the people.
yeah,
But I know you've been out there, you know, you took over from where your father left off, and you
yeah,
kept his dream alive, which is so important, you know, because a lot of people they let their father's dreams die, and
good,
to see you not only keeping the name
yeah,
relevant, but also keeping the dream relevant, you know, which
yeah,
in my opinion is the most important thing, because a people without a dream is lost. You know, once you stop dreaming and visualizing and planning, uh, it's almost over with. And I just want to salute you for your efforts to keep that going without the resources of the people that should be helping you, and the
yeah.
things that I saw you do in Chicago, man. I just had to salute you for that right off the bat before we start this thing. You know, I just wanted to get that to you, and you always treated me every time I'm in Chicago. You know, you've always treated me like a brother, and
Yes,
and
sir.
uh, I get the keys to the city.
Always, always,
So you
always.
know, I
Yes, sir.
appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
What's on
I
your mind
appreciate,
today?
man. I just, hey, let me say, let me preface with this. You know, hey, I appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, when I touch down, man, on the West Coast, man, you know what I'm saying? Open arms always, man. You know, whenever we bump heads, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere on the map, you know what I'm saying? We cut straight to the chase. We go at it. I mean, the count, you know, in the spirit of steel, sharpening steel, and men and women sharpening men and women. It's always, man, not conversation for conversation's sake. You know, so we chop it up, man. We make some good moves, man. You know, so it's always good to dialogue with you. We got a show we do on every Wednesday called Freedom on Radio. And I just come off the heels of doing that. It's one of our kind of correlated to the Black Panther Party newspaper. And it's actually hosted by myself and Lady of Rage. We do this every Wednesday. So I was
Oh,
just
okay.
Yeah, every Wednesday. I throw that plug in. The Free Them All Radio.
Oh no, ain't no problem. You can get all the plugs you want in on here. This mine. I run this one here.
So, you're right. You're right. And I,
Yeah,
and I,
yeah. Say it
you know,
again if you want to.
so Free Them
Say
All
it again if you
Radio.
want to. Anybody don't like
So
it,
you're
tune
right.
out.
So you're right. So you're right. We draw the correlation to with the Black Panther Party newspaper when we use it against every Wednesday 6:30 8:30 Central Time. We cover subjects internationally, and we go on I think like 4+ years, and again hosted by myself and Lady Rage, and I just was commenting to one of my comrades. I say when I get through, I say it'd be like that movie The Matrix. I say it'd be like I'd be drained. I say I go into it, you know, and Minister UEP News said that one of the most difficult jobs about being a revolutionary, man, is you have to fight in the interest of the people, even when they don't know their own interests. And a lot of subject matter we've been covering when it's been unpopular to talk about. And so it's like a charge right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got people calling me, repeating speeches I made, you know, over 10, 15 years ago. And it's climate. I asked my mother, yesterday, I said, how you feel, you know what I'm saying, with us in this period of time, you know what I'm saying, and I mean, in correlating to that, the Black Power movement of the 60s. And, you know, and she told us, she was just, you know, just breaking down the charge that climate, you know, and something we can't take for granted. You know, again, it's been so many discussions that cats been holding in or told don't speak about it. It can become toxic. It can become toxic, you know what I'm saying? And then even when you deprive, it's a blessing and a burden to be armed with the politics. I don't romanticize, you know what I'm saying? I don't romanticize the struggle. Like people say, man, you know, you Chairman Fred's son, how does it feel to grow up? I say, I seen past just the leather jackets and the speeches. I also seen, you know, the realities of, you know what I'm saying, of getting suspended from school and grammar school for just even writing about them, you know. Just even seeing my mom's not, you know what I'm saying, not, you know, being deprived of a job, you know what I'm saying, opportunities out, and I've seen, you know, different individuals benefit, you know what I'm saying, of the legacy of Black Panther Party and the heat that comes with it. And also, again, it impacts you in so many ways, like, you know what I'm saying, like how you view the police, how you view situations, and to be deprived of a climate and to get this release right now, man, I'm on cloud 1,000 with, you know, with Cass again, you don't see like you're not paranoid. Like even how quickly we seen Atlanta, you know, at all places, Atlanta. You know, people not questioning. The first response is not what did he do when the police kill somebody in our community? What was he in the gang? You know, we call it the sidetracking of the slave. You know what I'm saying? Like this system is so Machiavellian. We've seen that even with the case of Rodney King. You know what I'm saying? They were so arrogant. In fact, the opening remarks of the district attorney on that case when they was in Semi Valley, they told the jury, "Do not believe everything you about to see." Before they showed the jury the video, and this you know what I'm saying, this been the struggles a lot of cats had to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you see the footage, you talk about it, the political climate, it's like gardening. The political climate was not right to have. You know what I'm saying? Certain discussions. People ain't waiting on no police review board to come with no decision. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they hear. They stop dropping rolls. As soon as they hit, and you see like the case of the Mike Brown in Ferguson, we call it Mike Brown Town. Soon as Leslie McSpadden's mama, her first words out of her mouth, you know, she said they wrong. And prior to that, a lot of cats, you know, they got used to just soon as something happened to us in our community, the same usual suspects being brought in, calm us down, you know what I'm saying, go around, you know what I'm saying, we so terrorized, a lot of us were scared to admit it, you know what I'm saying, because being oppressed is embarrassing. And I think we try to jibe ourselves about that. So just in other communities, at least got that advantage to at least call it what it is. Like, you know, you hear about, they talk about Nazi Germany. They admit that they created the ghettos, you know what I'm saying? They admit about chemical biological warfare. You hear terms like political prisoners. You hear, you know what I'm saying, how they use propaganda bombs. They call it love and hip hop shows. They don't call it propaganda bombs with us, you know what I'm saying? It's so euphanized. So just to be straight up, you know, everyday stuff is moving. This morning, they told me this morning, the ancient mama image of the CERT, they're taking that image down, the Uncle Ben of the rights, and after they acknowledging just the impact of that propaganda, you know what I'm saying? How this impacts our people. you ourselves, how it trickles down, you know. And I'm based right here in Chicago, which is infamously referred to as Chirac. And a lot of cats had an issue with that term. I said, no, I think we should call it. We need to acknowledge that and add on to the old saying says that God created Africans and America made niggas. And we add on to that the man and the machine manufactured Chirac. You know what I'm saying? It's done by design, what's happening to us, but we first got to acknowledge that.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, what would you want to see happen out of all this? What would be, in your scenario, a perfect situation?
I'm hesitant because I don't want to throw no lid on it. You know what I'm saying? Because the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? Because you just even one of the points of the Black Panther Party was this want to call for a plebiscite, like a world vote. What is the will of the people? What do the people want? You know what I'm saying? Like we've been so like deprived of freedom so long. You know what I'm saying? We don't even have no concept. You know what I'm saying? Where this can go. So the limitations are, I mean, every day the ante is being up. It's like somebody who like, you know, when you locked up, you come out, it's like somebody say, what you want to eat when you get out? You've been having them state trades so long, it's hard to call. You know, so like you want to say, man, I'm open to ideas. I'm open to with the creativity.
So you said they done locked their mind up so cold, the mind is so confined that he don't even know what. That's dope. That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to throw no lid on it, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to come out.
I hope y'all heard that. I hope y'all heard what he said. Man. He said that our minds has been so twisted and so locked up and confined that for him to say what it is that we should want is almost impossible because you don't know what you should want.
Real talk.
That's crazy there, boy. You said that. I mean, that you kind of end results, but if we don't know what the end result should be, how can we even ask for it? So I'm gonna have to go to my next question. Is you killed that one off with that last answer.
I go this far, Freeway. I go this far. I'll say this. We want self-determination. We want self-determination. We want the right to determine the destiny of our own communities. I go that far.
Say that again.
I go this far. We want self-determination. The right to determine our own destinies. And we think a lot of times we think we got that. You know what I'm saying? But really, someone else been telling us directly, indirectly, well, this is what you want. You know what I'm saying? Every generation, we come up, one generation we grow up, I want to be a football player like O.J. Simpson. I want to be a basketball player like Michael Jordan. I want to be a rapper like Nelly. We really been deprived of self-determination. When I spoke at Tookie Williams' funeral, we did our thing on our side. We went to Leimert Park, L.A. And I said, Tookie grew up in the climate like I grew up in, deprived of such an organization, the Black Panther Party. Well, the only option in life we was given is to become a Boy Scout or a banger. That was our only options. A Boy Scout or a banger. So, if that's somebody's cup of tea, so be it. But real options. So we want the right to determine the destiny of our own communities. And I know that sounds kind of abstract, but that's, man, a lot of people in the white community ask their children, what you want to do? And they say, well, I might want to travel the world, think about it. Our children, embarrassing as it is to say, whatever option being brought to them, they got to get in where they fit in.
You know what? It locked up on us. You got to say that again. I want to hear that.
I was saying a lot of like, what do you want to do? What you? And they may say, I want to travel the world. I want to think about this, so on and so forth. Our community, it's embarrassing to admit it. Whether we're told directly or indirectly, this is what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You want to hustle, you want to do the music industry. You know what I'm saying? We're told, don't speak about this. A 15-year-old child told me one time, he said, man, I would like to do what you do, man. However, they kill people like you, man. He said, I don't want, They kill people. So that option was not given to them. So we want to fight for that option to be able to say, man, some real deal options. So self-determination. That's what we want to fight for. That's the right to determine our own destinies.
No doubt, no doubt. So you trying to save Chairman's childhood house, huh?
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm walking through here right now. Matter of fact, as we speak, I'm in here right now. This the house he grew up in, right? This the house that Chairman Fred Hampton grew up in. That's the table, man. This is history right here, man. This the house in which the FBI, they put a tap on his telephone when he had just turned 14 years old. They had seen
at 14 they was tapping his phone.
He tapped it, man. The Washington D.C. Bureau thought it was a typo. When they called for the request to put the tap on the phone, they thought it was a typo. They said, man, he can't be 14 because he had took the junior NAACP from about 7 to 300 members in 7.5-month time period. Wow. This is the house. He went to elementary school right across the street. Then, you know what I'm saying, right there on the corner, that's where they gave him the ice cream truck robbery case, in which they said he supposed to took $71 worth of good human ice cream and gave it to the children. And his response was, even though they lied on me, made me have to be a thief, they still showed the true nature of a Panther. You know what I'm saying? Say I gave it to the people. And they had sent him to Stateville. And when he got to Stateville at that time, they would call you by your number as opposed to your name. Whenever they approached him, he said, man, I'm Chairman Fred Hampton, chapter chairman of the Black Panther Party. So they deemed him to be criminally mentally insane for refusing to answer to the number. They sent him down to Menard. When he got to Menard, they supposed to put a hit on him for other prisoners. But he politicized. Then they told the warden, we on Chairman Fred security now. He went to high school down the street, a place called Proviso East High School. And in fact, Bob Johnson from BET, his ex-wife, she couldn't get the homecoming queen because they wouldn't allow no black woman to get the homecoming queen. He challenged it. That's how she got the homecoming queen spot up at the high school, Proviso East, the position he took. So this house is so much history in it, man. And they tried to salt the earth in this house. You know what I'm saying? They tried to turn it to a dope spot. We had to come clean house over here, you know. And we've been having tours and everything. So we got a whole campaign we got going to save and maintain the Hampton house, man. The grammar school across the street, the children didn't even know who he was. Man, we done politicized to the point you can see they walk is different now. You know what I'm saying? They charged us. That's what Chairman Fred lived at, you know. So it's impacted. We do our programs at the Black Panther Party, the Triple C's, Children Community Clubs, like the free food program. So we doing our programs right up out this house. So you know what I'm saying? It's like a community anchor. So we still getting down right here at the house.
No doubt, no doubt. Man, you got some pretty big shoes to fill. And it looked like you're doing a good job. What is it like, you know, being you, living in your father's legacy and at the same time keeping his legacy alive, but also creating your own?
Yeah. I said one time in this poem, a lot of people want to know how does it feel to be sired by you, to be loved by the people and sweated by the you know who. And, you know what I'm saying? I don't romanticize it. A lot of heat come with it, you know. I said I've been suspended from school, I mean, you know, cases, all that, you know, but I'm honored to, you know, to not only walk in the footsteps, but the Panther Paul steps, you know what I'm saying? Chairman Fred, but it's insane, you know what I'm saying? Like and I didn't grow up saying, I want to just, you know, I look forward to going to the penitentiary. I look forward to assassination attempts. So I know heat come with it too, though. But the conditions also keep me on track, you know what I'm saying? And I believe, man, I'm saying this as objectively as I can say it, my brother. You know, how they say in church, what's your calling? This my calling. You know, I really, this my calling. You know, I mean, it feel like a glove, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like I'm in no time warp where I gotta, you know, do exactly the same thing. But you know, but the conditions help remind me, like, man, you're doing some of the same issues, same conditions. And I'm just honored to have that to be able to have that template, that prototype to say, man, this again, this how we deal with police terrorists, this how we deal with political prisoners, you know what I'm saying? And do it in a way where it's not It's not forced on, it's like second nature, man.
No doubt, no doubt. What was it like growing up, knowing that your father was so smart? Because even now, you telling me stuff that I find almost unbelievable. A 14-year-old kid to be organizing to the point that he catches the attention of the FBI. What kind of pressure is that like for you?
I'm still learning and still grasping and appreciate who he was, man. Just yesterday, like real talk, yesterday, this brother come by, knock on the door. He say, man, Chairman, let me bring my auntie through. They grew up with your old man. They grew up with the chairman. I said, all right, come on. They was in third grade with him, you know, and they came in and he was telling me about niggas 12 and 13 years old, stuff they had did with them. You know, they talk about it's a swimming pool out here called the Hampton swimming pool, and we had to protest it last year. They using his name, but it wasn't open. So they finally got the funding. They said they was gonna open it up before the coronavirus came down. But how the swimming pool came to be was you had all the surrounding suburbs. Everybody had a swimming pool, but the black children out here didn't have no swimming pool. This sister told me, she said she 13, 14 years old with him. She said he grabbed these sticks. I say sticks. She said no, branches of a tree, like a branch. I said, and she kept on stressing that. She said no. She said it's branches. I said okay. She said he took these branches and stuck it through some cardboard, and she said he put up, pool. She said they 13, they walking around through the city demanding the swimming pool. She said they get at a tear gas canister and throw it back and bust the window in the police window and throw it back up in the police station. And a lot of there's so much information. I'll be hearing it and I'll be tripping up because it brings back so many, you know what I'm saying? It puts stuff in context for me, you know. I remember even before I seen him speak, when I speak, I move my hands a lot. And you know what I'm saying? And I would try to hold them down. I would try to hold my hands down. And I was kind of, had a complex about speaking fast. When I seen him, it put stuff in context. I said, shit, that's the business. And they say like even when you raise horses, the most difficult horse to raise is an orphan horse because it don't know where it come from. It don't know why it's doing certain things, So it puts stuff in context for me. You know what I'm saying? Why you feel this way. You know what I'm saying? Certain things, how you move with the people. I done had some issues with some of the same organizations, and it's like, in fact, when I was locked up in Menard, they nicknamed me Deja Vu. They started calling me Deja Vu because they had put me in the same cell house that he was in, the same unit, the same cell house, everything. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff, again, it'd be like deja vu. I'm trying to plug this phone up. Okay. Charge. Yeah. Charging up. Yeah. Okay. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So again, so a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It puts it in context, like stuff that I think be doing natural, but it puts it once you get that framework or that template, it gives you a better understanding why you're doing certain things.
Right. In the 1960s, your father was fighting for our rights. And here we are right now in 2020, and you're fighting for those same rights. Do you see any changes coming in the future?
Yes, and no, I see changes. They happen, man, back to back. You know what I'm saying? But we got to keep our guards up too, because this system is so Machiavellian. It's so, it knows how to work what they call the carrot and the big stick. We know how to, work us. We got to be able to do like it's this cat Frantz Fanon. Frantz Fanon said the Algerian Revolution. He said you got to be able to Frantz Fanon said you got to be able to accept their concessions but don't compromise your principles. And you know what I'm saying? So we have, even with these changes, we gotta be able to accept them, but keep it moving. Because you know what I'm saying, like even after the Black Power movement in the 60s, they grabbed, it's like a war tactic, you know what I'm saying? They gave us, they yielded on some concessions, and they took out certain cats. They had psychological profiles. They know who to kill. They knew who to lock up, you know? Like when Genghis Khan, when he came through China, he knew which Chinese to take out, you know what I'm saying? He knew which ones to raise up. So we got to be able to accept these changes and concessions, but at the same time, never compromise our principles, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got political prisoners. You know, we just lost his brother Dale with Africa, who was locked up. He was, you know, he's been out about 2 months. He just died yesterday morning. But there's so many others, the Mumia Abu Jamal, people, Sunday out of Cody, who locked up. You know, Rochelle St. Q McGee. List goes on and on. So it's a lot of concession that we got to get, and this don't, you know what I'm saying, and understand this system is Machiavellian, and we got to keep our guards up. We got to keep our guards up, you know. And so we got to keep on fighting again, be accepting concessions, but don't compromise our principles.
No doubt, no doubt. Is there a new Black Panther Party?
The organization that I chair is the Black Panther Party Cubs. And a lot of times people hear that word Cubs, they're like, man, is they young? You know what I'm saying? And it's you know, it can't be no Cubs. But the deal is, we are the ideological Cubs. In fact, we actually say we are the great-grandchildren of Garvey, offspring of Malcolm, and the Cubs of Panthers. So put it in that context. So that's the organization I chair. And, you know, that's what's carrying the legacy of the Black Panther Party. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's we say it's a tough act to follow, but we try our best to carry it on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so again, people that wear Cubs, they think, man, is it young? I just turned 50. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't new to this. I grew to this. You know what I'm saying? So that's the organization I chair, the Black Panther Party Cubs, and that's the organization we say is carrying the legacy of the Black Panther Party.
How can people get involved to assist you in your fight and in your mission?
We tightening up right now. We in the process of getting this website put together. We just lost our deputy minister of culture, this brother Rage, man. I want to send a condolence to him. It was at freedomall.org, and it's FREEMALL.org. But also they can tune in every Wednesday, the Freedom All Radio. We use it as our political education class. You know what I'm saying? And they can also hit us up at Save the Hampton House at gmail.com. Those, you know what I'm saying? They can catch me in the streets anywhere. You know, really, I mean, as you said earlier in the opening, man, you bump heads all the time, all over the map. You know what I'm saying? That's hard to find. Real talk.
What resources do you have in the organization to offer people who come in? What can they expect?
When they come in, we say with us, the Black Panther Party Cubs, we turn the communities into classrooms. Again, we turn the communities into classrooms. You know, a lot of cats, they talk about, you know, our people. They a lot of times people think they just want to do a bunch, you know, just talk. We say no. We marry, we wed theory and practice. Again, we wed theory and practice. We not just engaging in a whole bunch of intellectual masturbation. You know what I'm saying? Come in, do a whole bunch of talk. You know what I'm saying about black. We're gonna put you to you got to go out there with the community. You got to put that shit to the test. You got to engage in the program. Triple C, Georgia Community Cubs, out there in the streets with the people. You know what I'm saying? And people might say, well, how can you do that now with the coronavirus? We still struggle. We just struggle strategically. We out there from the Cook County Jail. You know, we get the masks and the gloves on. We've been challenging about, you know, the manner of release of those who held captive. We engage in struggle. We have the code of culture where we hold artists accountable. You know what I'm saying? We were going to put a studio together right now in Hampton House. So we studying the people, and we taking whatever the different dynamics with the people involved in and politicizing it, tweaking it. So again, it's not just going to be no bunch of theory. We taking theory and wedding it with practice, putting those programs up there. How can we serving the people? What's it? You know, we just did a free mask giveaway. You know what I'm saying, from the Hampton House, you know what I'm saying, sanitize all that. We got our comrades down in Oakland, on the ground right now, Oakland, California, as you know, protesting Santa Rita County Jail. So we got a chapter in Brazil. So we all over the world, we seeing what are the basic needs and desires of the people. And I think it's how can we serve the people, how can we use the contradictions to win them, to get involved in fighting for their own self-determination.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. What kind of outreach you doing to draw the people in?
Man, we out there. We take this. We relate to what Minister UEP News said, that fighting for power. Power is the ability. Power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in the desired manner. Power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in the desired manner. And we look at case examples like Reverend Nat Turner. He said, "What's the phenomenon?" He said, back then it was the church. He said, "Okay, praise the Lord, pass the ammunition." Harriet Tubman said, "What's the phenomenon?" She defined a phenomenon, the Negro spiritual. She took it, she utilized it, she worked that number. You know, she meet me down by the river when the sun go down. Chairman Fred put his ear to the ground in Chicago. What was the phenomenon? Organization. You know, when he organized the Rainbow Coalition, he had he seen it was a reality. You know what I'm saying? The race and class contradiction. He politicized the formerly known devil disciples to a point where they get up publicly and say, "Man, we are not a black disciple due to the political education we received from Chairman Fred and the Black Panther Party." He politicized the vice lords to the point where the FBI told the vice lords they'd get them 16th Street if they stopped the Black Panther Party from opening a free medical center on 16th Street. Chairman Fred warned them to a point of unity where they subsequently worked at the free medical center. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward to the day with the programs we doing. You know what I'm saying? We got our ear to the ground. We out there in the community. You know what I'm saying? Man, whether it be the barbershops, the pool halls, street corner, social media. Social media. It's a phenomenon. So we taking it, we tapping into it, we defining it, and making it work in the interest of the people. You know what I'm saying? We got right here by the Hampton house. It's these castles getting into it with each other out here real heavy. We won them to a point of unity. They did a song. It's called "Free 'Em All." It's on YouTube now. Maywood's Finest. I said, "Y'all want to do this song? Y'all want me to speak on this song with y'all? Come on." They had a thing called the Vortex, one of the coldest days in Chicago history. We took them right to that county jail. We caught cats coming up out the county jail. I said, you got to meet these people. You got to put some grit in your songs, because a lot of these artists just be disconnected. They be just talking. We tied in concretely, you know what I'm saying? So we put them, we say the rubber got to meet the road. So whatever the people involved in, we put our ear to the ground, we define it, and make it work in the interest of the people.
No doubt, no doubt. I appreciate that, man. I definitely enjoyed you tonight, as always, and you blessed us. Can you leave us with a few words of encouragement and direction before we wrap up?
Let me say, man, first and foremost, man, hey, my brother, I thank you for the opportunity to touch down on this outlet right here. Like, you know, again, whenever we see each other, man, it's always informative. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. We just sit at the house chopping it up, or we bump heads, or anywhere in the country, outside the country. So again, I'm honored to utilize this outlet. We say the Black Panther Party say the information, and you tap into, man, out. You tap into all different arenas, man. You know what I'm saying? And the information, a lot of times people just say, "I don't want to hear that talk," but man, the Black Panther Party say information is raw material for new ideas. Information is raw material for new ideas, man. So again, you know what I'm saying? We approach the community, we approach the people as realists. We don't think everybody gonna be no revolutionary, but different points of unity we can have, you know what I'm saying? And revolution is different than war. A war is when you have two occupying armies, where you suit up and boot up and get out to get out. A revolution, on the other hand, when you gain the mass and the participation of the masses of the people. We've seen it in Africa, we've seen it in Vietnam, you know what I'm saying? We've seen it right here in this country during the Black Power movement in the 60s. We in a hell of a stage of game right now, man. So again, let's utilize these outlets, let's form some principal coalitions. Hey, let's ride, the sky's the limit, man. And so let's keep these connections going on, man. This is a time of authenticity, where the ante is being up. You know what I'm saying? We stay consistent. Hey, man, hey, again, sky's the limit. Let's make history, let's take history, and let's tape history.
All right, my brother. You keep doing your thing. As soon as this pandemic is over, I'll definitely be seeing you in the Chi. You know, I love the Chi. And,
man, hey, the Chi love you.
I already know. That's why I'm there as often as I can get there. So
real talk.
I'll see you.
Yes.
Tell everybody over there, Soul Vegetarian, when you go there next time, I said, "What's up?"
Real talk.
Soon.